Hey, Snow Dog. Are you Snow Dog? Heading into Missoula this morning after spending a night at a Fishing Access cinnamon donut. Vegan and gluten-free. You're a cutie. Oh my goodness, you are very cute.
There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You got to find your own.
Live here. You want to live here? I do. It's freaking beautiful. Wow. Can we just help? Ooh. Seeing all this? Wow. It is very windy again.
Video protected.
Feeling like I've been here before. 4th of July Creek sounds familiar. Wow. And just like that, we are in the real trees. Real trees. Look at that. I want to get out and hug one. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Wow.
Video protected.
Big, beautiful trees. There's big, beautiful trees, though. There are big, beautiful trees. Look at these trees. Oh my God, they're beautiful.
Video protected.
Wow. time. Oh, I thought I saw the road over there. Oh, yep, we're still climbing. Wow. Look at this. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Wow, absolutely. As beautiful as the high desert was a couple hours ago, the mountains and the trees. Wow, look at that. How you doing? You look kind of mad at me. You okay? You happy girl? Wow, we are still climbing. I think we're almost there though. I think we're in Montana. Wow. Bitterroot National Forest. Welcome to Montana. Oh shoot, I wanted to pull over. Pull over up here.
I've only boondocked in one ski hill parking lot.
Yeah, it's freaking snowing.
On the Montana-Idaho border in the pass.
Snow, I'm sure you have. Go get it. What? Go get it.
Fresh stuff.
Go get it.
Sadie, go get it. Where'd it go?
Yep.
You want another one? Here, we'll throw this one in the snow.
City girl, look.
Sadie,
She's excited.
go get it. It's like, I don't know where
She's like, you get it.
go get it. Go get it.
What is that stuff? What is that stuff? Gosh, I don't know if she's ever been in real snow.
Like this. I'm sure you've been in some flurries and stuff.
Flurries and stuff, yeah, and maybe a little, but I don't think she's ever seen anything like this.
Yeah.
Look, go get it! There's critters under there! Brr. Holy shit. Ah, it's freaking cold. Brr. What did you think? You want a treat? Would you like some treats? Here. I got one here. No? Or another one.
Subject is really brother situation we
You want to
found
sit down?
in the files of Sednaya that he's dead. But we want to know where is his body. We want to find the truth.
These are stories which are so typical of Syria under Assad. But let's not confuse typical with normal. There's nothing normal about a mother having her 2 sons disappeared. The younger, remember, plucked from school for the crime of being a brother to a conscientious objector. It's one of the reasons why people here, yes, they're desperate for the economy to improve, for the streets to be safe, but so many say what they want more than anything is justice. And justice can only begin when you find out what really happened to 19-year-old Mohammed and 15-year-old Maher.
St. Franks of Damascus, a traumatized society, evidently. But where does Syria go from here?
It's the question that everyone is asking here.
Hey, Snow Dog. Are you Snow Dog? We're gonna have to look back on videos and see if you've ever been in the snow before. I'm not sure you have. Not like that, huh? I think a little tiny bit. Oh my God, it's just so beautiful.
Video protected.
All right, I need to go get set up and get some work done. Yeah, all right, I'll see you later. Hi. Hi. So it was a really long day, even though like it was only a little over a 3-hour drive, but it took all day. We didn't get here till after 3, and then I had to work for a couple hours, and then I made dinner. I just made a sweet potato. I made a couple sweet potatoes before I left, so I just had to heat it up in the oven with some black beans and bitchin' sauce and all my favorite things. And we're staying here at this fishing access area along the river. I don't remember the name of the river. Is it the Bitterroot? We're just south of Missoula, so I wanted to go into Missoula tomorrow. Since it's a bigger city, I want to go to PetSmart and run a couple of other errands, and then we're going to go north of here, north of Missoula, and it'll be our last camp before Ralph has to go back into Canada. He's running up against his deadline, so it'll be his last U.S. camp, and then he'll go on to Canada. And I'm heading east, and let me see, there was something else I was going to tell you. Oh, I found this campground. I'm tired. I found this place to camp. It's free. It's a park, so people have been coming and going and walking their dogs, and cars coming and going. But I think that'll calm down after dark. This is just a layover spot, just a one-nighter, quick access to Missoula. and I found it on iOverlander. So that's what I wanted to tell you. I found pretty much all my sites on iOverlander unless I go exploring on my own and find my own. And so far, Ralph and I are the only ones here camped. So, yeah, long day. Then tomorrow, camping in the trees in Missoula National Forest. Or, sorry, gosh, in a national forest here in Montana. So, exciting. Yeah, and then heading east from here. So, I'm going to go to sleep. Say goodnight, everybody. Ready to say goodnight? Good night. Say goodnight. Good morning. Heading into Missoula this morning after spending a night at a fishing access on the Bitterroot River. I'll put the river right here, but it's a park near Stevenson, just south of, about a half hour south of Missoula, and I found the spot on iOverlander. iOverlander is a whole other story we'll get to later. The new version I am not a fan of, but I'll talk more about that later. And restful night there, especially after dark. People stopped going, but they had a really nice walking path for dogs off leash. Really nice, so that was good. We got to walk last night and this morning. But the big news is the big news for me, you know, I love food. Missoula has a vegan, gluten-free bakery, and cafe. And so that's my first stop this morning. I'm gonna get my second cup of coffee there and see what kind of goodies I can find. Vegan, gluten-free. That is not an easy thing to find. You can easily, you know, you can usually find one or the other. And it's in the University District, so I'm gonna go there, get a cup of coffee. They have breakfast sandwiches too. I'm not hungry yet, but I might pick one up for later. I'm gonna top off propane, and I need to go to PetSmart. Yes, to get Sadie. She's out of food. Meaning, I just emptied her big bag into the last of her big bag into the container I keep out by her food dish in a plastic container. That way, I don't have to reach into the big bag every time she needs to eat, because I find I don't close it all the way, and I feel like if I put it into a plastic container, the rest of the bag stays fresh longer. And yeah, the last time I said Sadie was out of food, people literally thought that she had been starving for days. So anyway, going to PetSmart today, picking up food, propane, bakery, and maybe a couple groceries, and then heading up north to probably my last stop before I head east, and probably where Ralph and I are gonna say goodbye for the season. He is going ahead because he didn't have to do anything in Missoula. This is kind of nice, I'm going to tell you. Traveling with another person, or even like in Baja, when I travel with my Baja buddies, Sarah and Aaron were really good about it too, just going ahead and finding camp, you know, or I'd go ahead and find camp while they ran errands. And so it's really kind of nice to have, okay, I'll admit, after all these years of being alone, there is, you know, I love my solitude, and that's never going to change. I still, even traveling with Ralph, I get a lot, ask him how often we see each other. Not very often. I still like to be alone a lot, but it is nice being able, you know, the one thing I've always said about living alone and traveling alone is that you don't have a division of labor. It all falls on you. All of it falls on you. And I know many heterosexual married women feels that way anyway. Really felt that way a lot when I was married, but it's nice to have a friend to like, okay, I don't need to do anything in Missoula, so I'll go find camp. And I scouted a couple spots. I sent him a couple pins last night. It's like, how do these look? So he's going to go up and check those out. So, you know, we share the work of finding camps, and that's kind of nice, because when you have to run errands and you have 3-4 hours of travel ahead of you, you know, you're tired looking for camp. So it's kind of nice that I can just take my time, run my errands, and he's going to find camp and drop me a pin, and I'll just have a place to camp at the end of the day. So, yeah, I get it. But I'm excited about being in Montana. I love Montana, although I am seeing a lot more signs in support of a certain person. I didn't see hardly any in Idaho, but I've seen a lot since we crossed into Montana. So, still supporting, even with everything that's going on. It's disappointing. But anyway, that's my day. That's our day. I'm going to take you with me. What do you think?
Make a U-turn, then turn left onto Bennett's Place.
Oh, I don't think they fill RVs. I don't know if they fill RVs. I would say no. I don't think they do. Alright.
Take the next left onto Bennett's Place, then turn right onto US 93 North.
Tractor Supply was not listed as selling propane, but I saw the sign from the highway just now passing.
Continue for 10 miles.
It doesn't look like they're set up for RVs. For one thing, those big water buffaloes, there's 2 of them in the way. I couldn't even have pulled in, so. There's a place in Missoula near the bakery I'm going to, the U-Haul store. So that's where I was headed, but sometimes, well, you know what? I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like maybe I had one bad experience at a U-Haul store, so I'm kind of like, I don't want to go to U-Haul, but in truth, they're usually big and easy access. Not always. Maybe that's what I'm remembering. Not so easy access. Oh, you know what? And it's a long process. You got to fill up, then you got to go in, and if there's people renting trucks, then you got to wait in line. That's what it is. The process can be a little long for impatient me. So it's so nice to not have to worry about Sadie. Not only can I monitor the temperature now, but I can see her inside the RV by connecting the mini cam to the Wi-Fi on the Walmart. Walmart has free Wi-Fi, so I can actually look at her while I'm shopping. So that's kind of nice. But looking at her isn't always enough. You know, I want to know what the temperature is out here. I want to know what the humidity is. I want to know what the heat index is. And with the Waggle Pet monitor, in addition to the mini cam, I can monitor all of that. And in addition to that, I can set alerts. So if it gets to be 80 degrees inside my RV, send me an email or a text, and I know that it's getting warmer in there, and I can just stop whatever I'm doing and head back and make sure she's safe. And the Waggle Pet monitor, as always, has its own cell signal, its very own cell signal, so it doesn't matter what your cell phone is, it's still going to talk to the app on your cell phone, whatever your carrier is. But now Waggle has a multi-carrier SIM. It used to run on Verizon, but now it runs on multiple carriers, AT&T, T-Mobile, bunch of different carriers. So that means more coverage in more places. So even if you want to go for a hike in a remote area and you can pick up a cell signal, you're going to be able to keep an eye on all of the data inside your RV to make sure your pet is safe. And now Waggle has Flex Plan. So that means you can start and stop your service as needed, so you can have more flexibility for traveling with your pet. If you're not full time and you just go a few times a month and you need it, no problem. You can start your plan whenever you need it, and you can stop when you don't need it anymore. So that gives you extra flexibility. So summer is here. It's more important than ever to make sure your pet stays safe when you have to leave them behind. And no matter what you do, whether it's shopping or for a meal or emergency medical care, you just never know when you might need to leave your pet behind. And with the temperatures heating up, now is the best time to get started having peace of mind. And using my link in the video description below and my discount code Sadie, you're going to get 75% off the Waggle Pet monitor. And if you want to bundle it and get the whole ecosystem, you're going to save even more. Use Sadie10 for 10% off the bundle deal, which is an amazing deal. So get started keeping your pet safe and having peace of mind. Not a care in the world. And having more peace of mind when you're traveling with your beloved fur baby. Thanks, Waggle, for sponsoring today's video. Does Waggle keep you safe? Speak. Say yes.
The Tandem Donut Story.
We must have stood in front of that building a dozen times, waiting for just the right moment.
A bakery they dared to open. An idea too enticing to resist. Beth had the sort of intuition a bookie would kill for. A vegan and gluten-free bakery would be red hot in a town like this. Something a person could bet on and win. Ingredients local and lovely. Creations bold and fearless. I want to see donuts falling from the sky.
All right, delicious oat milk cappuccino, very good. I like it in there. Well, it's a university district, which if you're going to find a vegan restaurant, oftentimes it's going to be in a university district. I got their original OG sandwich. Oh, it's hot. You know what? I do want to have a bite at least while it's hot. I'm parked illegally in a residential area. It's a permit only. Okay, anyway, yeah, let's move. I got English muffins, $7.25 for vegan and gluten-free English muffins. And I got the sandwich, and I got a donut and a raspberry oat bar. I'll show them to you, but let's get out of here. Let's park legally. Cinnamon donut, vegan and gluten-free. That is very good. Oh wow, moist and soft. Good stuff. All right, well, for some reason she couldn't get it running. She said that her attachment wasn't getting a tight fit. I think usually it's user error. That happens sometimes. A lot of people don't know how to fill RVs. So anyway, she said the place across town, there's an RV shop across town. You know what? I wanted to get a couple things. I don't know. I'll see how I feel when I get over there. I have a half a tank. I might just wait. I thought it was lower than that. Did you see it? Subtle. You're a cutie. Oh my goodness, you are very cute. Princess. You are very cute. She's like, keep that dog away from me. Sadie doesn't like cats. They scare her. Bye, cutie. Look at her. She's like, get me away. She doesn't like cats. Cats are scary. They fight back. What do you want? You want a ball? Where you? Oh, you smell the kitters, huh? Come on. She's got to smell everything. Okay, come on, we gotta get a cart. We gotta go get our cart. Oh, that's a wildlife bridge. Oh, nice. So I'm on an Indian reservation. I passed a sign a long time ago that I was on a reservation, and all the signs starting before the animal crossover, the wildlife bridge, all the signs are in both the native language, I can't remember what the tribe is, and in English. So that's pretty cool. I've been passing a lot of them. Having kind of a free day. Stop here, see what they've got. And they have Huckleberry Factory right next door, but that doesn't look open. Every stop has all kinds of stuff I don't want to eat. I mean, I want to, but I don't want to. But, I mean, candy, you can get this stuff anywhere. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? They still sell candy cigarettes? How is that possible? Oh, look at the Pez. Who loves Pez? I know you want to know what I got. So I got iced Americano with oat milk. And look, they had dark chocolate, organic dark chocolate, no sugar added. It's sweetened with dates, and it's $5.99. I've been buying a date chocolate. It's up there. Online. I'll put the name of it down here. They're $10 a bar. So this is only $5.99. And because I do like my dark chocolate, I try to keep that as my only sweet. It doesn't work. And then wild huckleberry jam. Made in Montana. All right, put that away so it doesn't spill. Yeah. All right, and I'm gonna finish my sandwich. Wow, this is beautiful. I didn't know there was such a giant lake up here. Wow, it is beautiful. So I've been driving along Flathead Lake for a while. It's only 30 miles long, but it feels a lot longer than that. And it's 16 miles wide. It's a remnant of an ancient, massive glacial dam lake, Lake Missoula, from the last glacial era we had. Huh. There are cherry orchards all along here. Too bad it's not cherry season quite yet. Almost. It's everywhere. There are cherry orchards everywhere along this route on both sides of the road. Too bad none of the stands are open. Get some fresh cherries. What a beautiful drive. This lake is huge. I can't believe how big this lake is. It's ginormous. Wow.
In half a mile, turn right onto US 93 North.
In 2023, Kalispell made national news for its violent actions against the homeless population in their town. It began earlier in 2022 with ordinances punishing anyone who helped the homeless population. They couldn't give them food, supplies, or money without the threat of being punished. They also shut off the water and electricity in the local park so it couldn't be used by the unhoused population. The county commissioners also released an open letter calling on residents to actively unite against the homeless. This resulted in groups of young people violently assaulting the homeless people in town. I didn't know any of this when I was driving through town. Montana loves their weed and their coffee. A lot of dispensaries and coffee shops everywhere. I love that. Independent coffee shops everywhere. There's a little bit of Starbucks, but not a lot. So that's pretty cool. I'm snacking on these. Cauliflower cheddar. Vegan crackers. The New York Times published an article in January 2024 about the homeless population in Kalispell, noting that many were residents who had recently undergone financial trouble that led them to losing their homes. Over the last 5 years, housing prices have more than doubled, rents have skyrocketed, the cost of living has gone up sharply, and mental health services have been slashed, leading to the crisis in the streets. In In early 2023, Flathead County's 3 commissioners wrote a notorious letter that accused the services that provide help to the unhoused population of creating more homelessness. They argue that homelessness was a problem rooted in liberal coastal cities and not here in Montana, and it has been spread as a result of travelers from San Francisco or Seattle seeking to export their homeless lifestyle. Therefore, slashing funding for homeless shelters, in his mind, is the answer. The city council revoked the permit of the town's homeless shelter in September 2024, forcing the closure of its warming center in October of 2024, putting much of the homeless population at risk of death during winter months, as noted by the shelter's director. The shelter filed a lawsuit the same month against the city, and the federal judge overseeing the court case approved a preliminary injunction in November of 2024, which allowed the warming center to stay open for the duration of the case until it's settled. Okay, I just left Kalispell, I think it was, and just heard from Ralph. He found a spot in the National Forest next to a creek. Sounds nice. So about 45 minutes away. Heading up to our next camp. I'm excited about being in the trees. It's gonna be really nice. Next to a creek. Wow. Hopefully we won't have a bunch of fisher people wanting to fish there. I've been driving through the Flathead Indian Reservation, just saw a sign that we were leaving. So we are now out of, that was a big reservation. We are now out of it. How you doing? Oh my God, it smells so good. You know this means we're almost home, huh? Yeah, we're almost home. Okay, what's the matter? We're not gonna run into anything. You're okay. You're okay. I don't know if I can get under that. Oh. Oh, Ralph. I'm not gonna clear that. You don't. Keep in mind, this is the end of a very long day of travel. Actually, 2 long travel days with an overnight in a park last night. And I expected at the end of my long day to be able to easily pull into camp. And I do not do well when I have a change of plans like this. And not something I'm proud of, and something I am working on. I have a little bit of a temper. So I was throwing a temper tantrum, and the thing is I couldn't back up because I'll show you here in a minute. I had to squeeze in between some branches that I found out later Ralph actually cut for me to get through. Here's the thing. Ralph wanted to help. He had to drive through 2 very big mud puddles to go the way he went, and he wanted to spare me driving through those mud puddles, and so he went for a walk and he found this route. He didn't drive this route. His rig is about 5 feet shorter than mine. That's a big difference when you have to maneuver narrow places. It's about 4 to 6 inches narrower than mine, and it's not as tall as mine either. And the lesson here is to, nobody knows your rig or your capabilities or your mood like you do. When I first saw that turnout, I should have got out and walked it. He made it through the mud puddle. I have better clearance than him. I could have easily made it. And instead I had to do this. I couldn't back up because I had to maneuver through too many cut branches that I barely scraped the sides. And remember, I also just did that damage on the back of my rig. Anybody who has ever gotten in an accident, you're extra careful for a while after that. And I'm tired. It's after my cutoff point. I just wanted to be in camp. And this was unexpected. When Ralph sent me the pin and then sent me a follow-up a half hour later and said, no, I have a better way or a different way for you to go, I expected it to be pretty straightforward. So I want to show you the way Ralph told me to go. And I wasn't prepared mentally for this. So first I had to clear this. Look at that. And then I had to go way over because I had to come right in between these two. And then I had to go over to clear that. So Ralph did not come this way. He went another way. And then he updated the pin and said, no, here's a different way. So here's a little word of advice. If you have another friend in a Class C, go the way they went. Because that was fucking ridiculous to try to do by myself. Now that I'm in editing, I'm like, that looks totally easy. But the thing is, I had, from where I had to edge through the two cut branches to where I had to veer all the way over on the left to miss that overhead was not 24 feet. So I had to cut really hard to the left, and then I was worried that my back would swing into those cut branches. And like I said, I couldn't back up at this point. There were too many cut branches, there was too many narrow passages that I couldn't back up. I should have backed up. It gets worse.
In 600 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Oh my God. Get down there. I knew better than to fucking stand. I had no choice but to go forward. I couldn't back up and I couldn't turn around. I had no choice. I don't think how am I gonna fit through there? Not happy. A lot of swearing. I can't fit through there. Again, the problem is my length. I might be able to get through these trees, but look at, then I gotta cut hard to the right to miss the other trees on the left. And I've got 25 feet of RV that are gonna swing around. If this was a straight shot, it would be one thing, but having to go back and forth, worrying about clearing in the front, and then am I going to clear in the back while I'm clearing something else in the front? This is one of the hardest obstacle courses I've ever had to drive in my Class C, at least in a long time. I don't do this anymore. And this was really hard.